And tonight, battling Jongsanan for the ISKA North American welterweight title is the current Canadian super welterweight Muay Thai champion, Mark Brackenbury.
Coming up, ISKA U.S. Championship fighting in the Muay Thai Rules Division in a super welterweight class.
No holding and hitting. The ropes, when you're on the ropes, don't kick. Other than that, keep all the knees to the front of the body. Touch them up, let's do it.
Get ready for some impressive Muay Thai action from San Jose, California. Into the corner with Mark Brackenbury from Canada, but very much the traditionalist in the Muay Thai. He'll be taking on a man who couldn't get more Muay Thai if he wanted to, Mike Sawyer, coming right out of Bangkok, living now in San Francisco. Jongsanan Fairtex, out of that very famous and effective Fairtex school.
Jongsanan came out of Bangkok, out of Lumpini Stadium with over 70 fights before he even came to the United States. Now 76-8 his record. He's got just a wealth of classic Muay Thai experience under his belt. We'll look for him in this fight to be doing what we always see those Thai, authentic Thai fighters do. Go low with the kicks to the upper thigh, to the midsection, come up top with the punches, setting up the opponent for knee strikes as well.
Scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds, 3-minute rounds in Muay Thai action. And right off the bat, it is Jongsanan Fairtex with the first blow delivered. Brackenbury says he's very aware of the Muay Thai tradition, particularly in 5-round fights, that they pace themselves early on, feeling each other out, but he's been noticing a lot more of the Thai fighters, particularly the Thai fighters living in the U.S., getting things going from round number 1, and he would be ready for that as well. Good kick to the head.
Fortunately for Brackenbury, he got his gloves up there. Brackenbury's no stranger to this. He's been fighting for 10 years, strictly Muay Thai style, doesn't do full contact or anything else. But we wonder if he's seen a fighter of Jongsanan's caliber.
Well, he's got a trainer from Bangkok himself, Songli Singtong, who is working a lot of the Canadian, particularly the British Columbian fighters up in the Northwest. Right now, Brackenbury a bit of trouble with the glove, and referee Nelson Hamilton wants to make sure there are no trailing edges, make sure the laces are tight and taped up as they are required to be. Mike, we've talked about it somewhat before, but you're beginning to see a lot of Canadian fighters come down into the U.S., and it'll be interesting to see the effect they have on the Muay Thai kickboxing of the United States with such trainers as Sing Tong up there in BC. Brackenbury trying to wrestle Fairtex to the canvas.
Brackenbury narrowly avoiding getting a Jongsanan kick in the back of the head.
He's lucky he went south on that. A miss and a fall. The price you pay when you go for it.
Follow up. That's it with the hands now. That's it. Yeah.
Brackenbury with a good combination. Right hand up top, roundhouse kick to the middle. Jongsanan shrugged it off, but it got some points from the judges for Brackenbury.
I'm impressed with the delivery that Brackenbury has brought to this fight. A lot of fighters going in against a Bangkok-trained fighter. They're going to go back like that. That was a left hand, and that was a knockdown. But as I was saying, Brackenbury is not afraid to go straight forward and be aggressive.
Huge left hand by Jongsanan. Just a plain left hook lead caught Brackenbury off guard. Just knocked him literally off his feet.
And that's the end of round one. We'll be back to San Jose in just a moment. Strikeforce International ISKA Championship Kickboxing from San Jose, California is brought to you by Fairtex for authentic Muay Thai fighting gear. Black Belt Magazine. Welcome back to a sold-out San Jose Event Center, and fans here are enjoying a very entertaining Muay Thai fight just through the first round, Mike. But as I started to mention near the end of that, Brackenbury straight ahead. He has no sideways maneuver. He's got no feeling out. He says, I'm your man here. Hit me if you can.
Well, it's kind of
got him.
It's kind of a Canadian modification of the Muay Thai style. Muay Thai is a straight-ahead type of fighting style, but they feel out a little bit for the first round or two. But the Canadians just go right in there. We've seen the Americans do that as well. And that's Brackenbury's style. He just likes coming straight in. Jongsanan took advantage of that with that left hook in the first round.
There into the corner with Mark Brackenbury. Got a little action from the first round, and it was late in that round when Brackenbury got caught.
Well, that's that lead left hook, and Jongsanan just made it look easy, but believe me, it's not. That timing was a millisecond precision. Brought that left hook in just before Brackenbury could see it and react. It connected. I don't think it dazed him, but it sure surprised him, took him off his feet, and it gained a knockdown points for Jongsanan Fairtex.
Absolutely. Into the corner now with Fairtex, and looking very confident, living now in San Francisco, California. He is the current U.S. champion, so it is his title to lose tonight here in San Jose. 22 knockouts, 76-8, an overall record that began in Bangkok, Thailand, worked its way through the legendary Lumpini Stadium. Now we begin the second round of this Muay Thai championship fight.
Brackenbury coming out strong right away. Looks like he doesn't have any intimidation coming from that knockdown in round number one.
Fighters are allowed to grab the kicking leg of their opponent just momentarily. And that's what you saw Fairtex do, and it really threw Brackenbury off his guard.
A little fake kick right hand by Brackenbury. Landed, but not much power on it.
Another good kick to the head. Brackenbury very disappointed with himself for allowing his opponent to score there.
Jongsanan continuing to bang those kicks in there. Brackenbury pushing the opponent away. He was just about to get hit with another knee strike by Jongsanan, and he just bailed out.
It's amazing how high a seasoned veteran of that knee strike can go.
Jongsanan aiming those knees at the head, being told by referee Nelson Hamilton it's knees to the body only in this fight tonight.
Even though Brackenbury is a trained Muay Thai fighter, Mike, I can't imagine anyone who is not trained the way they do in Bangkok being a better knee strike opponent. It's just, we've seen them in the training grounds practicing the knee strikes hour after hour after hour, and that training cannot be learned in just a couple of years. The fighters in Bangkok live and breathe Muay Thai fighting. They live in the training camps. They go to school from those training camps, come back to school, and train for years on end. Become seasoned Muay Thai professionals. How solid Fairtex is, even when Brackenbury gets a kick in. Brackenbury in trouble.
Good left hand by Fairtex. Brackenbury comes back.
That was the only way out of that, was to throw a punch, and he did it. He got out of it. But a sweep, and nonchalantly, Jongsanan walks away from it.
Jongsanan making this look easy now. And Brackenbury is the number 10 world contender, the Canadian champion of Muay Thai. He's not an opponent out here. This is a world-class fighter that Jongsanan seems to be pushing around.
Not a knockdown, but it's legal in Muay Thai fighting. End of the second round. Another good one. The domination beginning to show for Jongsanan Fairtex. Well, the stars seem to come out for the championship bout in the air, and joining us now is Hector Echeverria, who is a film star and even more. Mike, you know so much more about this man.
He is Hector Echeverria, 7th degree black belt, fought the first professional kickboxing match in Argentina 20 years ago. Is now in films. Just finished Falkland Man, that's at the film festival now, and Sacred Seal, that's opening up this fall.
Oh. Thank you.
This is Sacred Seal.
So now, come on now, let's get a review, Hector.
This is a movie, Falkland Man, is right now in the Cannes Festival, and we have another movie will be released in the United States in October this year, 1999, called Sacred Seal.
Now, the transition from...
Well, it's tough. I want to say, that because you guys didn't let me talk, that I'm very happy to be here. You guys doing a great job. I'm impressed. You guys are two professionals, and I really like what I see.
Now, tell me about the fight now, what you've seen from Jongsanan Fairtex.
What I think that...
and Hector, you're currently the world middleweight champion in Valetudo, South American fighting. Well, give us some of your expertise.
What I think that Mark should start doing is he lost the rhythm, so he should step back and get out of there, look from outside the fight, and then start coming in back into the fight.
Get out of there. Those are
get out
key
of
words
there.
under that.
Get out of there.
Oh, a big right hand.
That's what he did.
Brackenbury.
You're saying he needs to regroup himself before he gets back into the fray.
Exactly.
Looks like he did that right off.
He did that.
Jongsanan coming back with a great sweep, and Jongsanan is terrific at taking a fighter's rhythm away. As Hector pointed out, he did in last round, Brackenbury.
Well, Brackenbury, I think, has got to follow up. You know, Fairtex is not one who's going to show pain, but still, a shot like that, has to have an effect on your opponent. Brackenbury is waiting too long, I think. He needs to stay active. It seems like, Hector, he's afraid to open himself up, to commit himself.
Well, like I said before, he lost the rhythm. He needs to get out of there and start dancing a little bit on the ring, get control of the ring, the distance, and then go back into the fight again. That's what I think. But it seems like John doesn't want to give him that chance.
No, he does not.
Good.
Another good right hand from Brackenbury. But when you hit a man with that kind of shot, you expect to see some effect. You expect to see some sign that you can keep going. And now Brackenbury's stunned. And that's what Mark is not seeing, even when he hits Jongsanan, that he is not getting the effect that he really wants. He doesn't know if the man's hurt to keep going after it.
Also, Jongsanan is fighting a very smart fight, because whenever Mark is coming with a good technique, what he does is grab the leg, sweeping right away, get the momentum, and then keep on going back again. He's doing a very smart fight tonight.
Again, Fairtex putting Brackenbury down.
He has the crowd on his side, and that's what we want to do in a big fight like this. Right, Mark?
This sold-out crowd is behind these local fighters, Jongsanan from the Bay Area.
And there is the westernization of Muay Thai. You would never see a fighter like Fairtex in Lumpini Stadium stand up on the ropes and go to the crowd. And they are going to end it. Too much punishment being taken by Mark Brackenbury. Maybe not definitive to a lot of people in the crowd here, but it was just constant, and it was only going to get worse, it seemed like, Hector.
Well, Jongsanan fight a very smart fight. That's what I think. He did what he had to do, and he got the job done, and that's what you need to do when you're a champion.
Hey, can you see yourself going against a man like Jongsanan now?
No problem, anytime.
Oh, you want to put him on the movie set or in the ring?
Either way, we can go for it.
Well, Hector Echevarria, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much. You guys, I'm impressed.
Oh.
Can I kiss you before I go?
Good luck to you. And,
I got to go to the track now. Thank you.
And up in the kickboxing ring. All right, really nice to have Hector with us. And Jongsanan Fairtex, a very impressive performance over Mark Brackenbury here. The damage that he did inflict, just some of it, because it was constant and it was in every round. Mike Sawyer.
Jongsanan at this point is not worried at all about getting hit by Mark Brackenbury. He's not even moving his head. He's just staying just out of range. Doesn't even have his hands up, just having his way with a Canadian fighter. Jongsanan is such a superior Muay Thai fighter. It's not taking anything away from Brackenbury. He's a top contender. But Jongsanan, fighter like this Fairtex fighter, comes along once in a decade.
A flying knee strike that may have gone a little higher than the referee would have allowed, but it glanced off, and so he was not called for it. But again, relentless. The grabbing of the leg, never allowing Brackenbury to have an even attack, not even able to fight back. And finally, Brackenbury had all that he could take. And let's go up to our ring announcer, Jerry Hoffman, for the official announcements.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the 1-minute 27-second mark of round number 3, referee Nelson Hamilton calls a halt to the bout. So the winner and still ISKA United States champion in the super welterweight division is Jongsanan Fairtex.
More Strike Force coming your way.